let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes divisional teams make. My name's Greg, you're watching How to Play Paintball. All right, so I'm actually in the process of moving a bunch of my stuff over from the other room. So as I mentioned before, we are expecting another baby in April. So what was my old recording / guest room, all of that has now become the baby's room. So we're in the process of moving that stuff over into this other space. So I'm gonna be adding more as we go along, but at least I got up the banner. So I apologize if there's extra echoes. I'll be working on getting all of that set, but working on some cool stuff for you guys. So while it may not be the 3 biggest mistakes that divisional teams make, it's definitely 3 huge mistakes that a lot of divisional teams make. So I wanted to go through that for you guys and just help you out, especially since we're about to roll into the 2022 season. I know some tournaments are getting started even this week or have already had some tournaments. So really cool. NXL doesn't start for another 2 months or so, 2.5 months, whatever it is. So I'll be focusing on that then. But this applies to every single division. It's especially going to help some of you younger divisional players. This is something that if you are leading a team, you can hopefully show your players, and it's something that helps them out. But even some upper divisional teams that need to be able to take that next step. Okay, first and foremost, it's not being on time. This is something that I think everyone understands that, okay, we're not getting paid to play. Not everyone, sorry. Like me, I don't get paid to play on the Kings. It'd be awesome, but it's just not something that is in the cards. So that being said, if you're wanting to just go screw around and have fun, by all means do it. This isn't really for you guys. This is for the teams that are wanting to take that next step and are trying to grow an organization. If you look at AC Dallas, they went from divisional all the way up to pro. Then AC Diesel, same thing. They were able to earn their pro spot, able to go in and really start dominating. So this is for those types of teams that really want to excel. They want to be competitive. Now, there are other teams that, you just want to go screw around, have fun with your friends. You just want to go and shoot at each other, just have a blast. Okay, great. If you're late, whatever, maybe that's kind of the atmosphere of the team. That's completely fine. But for those that are really trying to take that next step, it's really important to make sure that you are on time. By on time, I don't mean rolling in, if you guys said you're starting at 10, rolling in at 9:45. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that you're geared up and ready to play at 10. If you guys have said that that's what it's going to be, that's what it should be. This is something that is vital. It's just showing one, professionalism, that you are taking this seriously, but also you don't want to waste time. I know our local field here, Central Florida Paintball, that we practice at, you have to stop playing at a certain time. They have certain requirements with the city and zoning, whatever it is, that they have to stop playing at a certain time. Well, if we waste time, well, you can't make up for that later on. Not everyone is lucky enough to be at PB Fit over in Texas. I know that they have those brand new lights. Well, they're not super brand new anymore, but the lights that are all the way down the field, they can play till 8 or 9 at night if they wanted to. And the lighting is gonna be exactly what it should be. So not everyone's lucky enough to have that. You don't want to make that mistake of wasting time. The other thing is, maybe some players need to leave by a certain time, or you say that we're practicing from this time to this time and people make plans. Well, now you're shrinking down that time to get better as a team and hurting the team as a whole. All of this has the caveat of life happens. There are things that happen, but that's when you need to just man up and just say, okay, hey everyone, in your group text or chat, whatever, if you use Band, or if you're using just Facebook Messenger, you just have a group chat, hey, I'm running a couple minutes late. At least have the decency to tell people that, but don't make it a habit. There are gonna be things that are out of your control, and that's okay. But at least have the decency and the professionalism to go and tell your teammates that, hey, I'm running a couple minutes behind. The second thing that a lot of divisional players and teams are gonna make mistakes with is not knowing your equipment. With paintball equipment, a lot of it, check your batteries, clean your gear every so often, and you take care of it, it'll take care of you. Very simple. Not knowing how to clean equipment and not knowing your product that you're using, there's really no excuse, especially now with all this stuff on YouTube. I know I've put up videos, other people put up videos, the companies themselves put up videos of how to maintain and clean and all of that. There's manuals for a reason. It's good, like, so we just got our TM40s. It's good to just go through and just like, okay, how is it that I can adjust this, or how can I make this change, or do this or that. Whatever it is, you need to know the general maintenance. And then if there's a large issue, okay, that's when I need to go to someone. But if you go out on the field and your gear isn't working, especially the first point, again, this goes into the wasting people's time. You're wasting their time because now you have to get off the field and fix something that you should have already had done before. It's just a pet peeve of mine. The third and probably the biggest mistake when I was thinking about this video, this was the first thing that came to mind, was teams not drilling together. This is something that a lot of teams go out and all they do is play points, and points are super important. I'm not saying that it's not important to go out and play points, but the issue when you just go out and play points, there's so many little nuances to paintball that points can only go so far to help you. Yes, you can go and, I mean, like, I could know how to get through a pick in basketball or whatever like that, but if I'm not practicing my jump shot, even if it's completely open, or I'm trying to go up and do a layup and I haven't practiced that and made it where it's second nature, if I don't know how to do those things, then I just wasted all of that effort to know all of those things. So with teams, it's super important to learn how to work together. You have some teams that might not have the most athletic players, but they do very well because they're communicating, they're talking, they're figuring out what they need to do, they're breaking down the field. And then if their gun skills are where they should be, it's going to be really difficult for a team that, even if they have hyper athletic players, well, if they can lane that person real easy, or they know how to engage in battle and bait players, it's going to be a lot easier for them. If you have the athleticism and that, well, then it's going to be really, really difficult to beat that team, because then they can play all aspects of the game. But when you're looking at those off weekends that it's not a layout practice, going and doing drills, snap shooting against each other, doing low body situations, making it where, shameless plug, I have a whole bunch of drills that you can do, that I have a whole bunch of videos of drills that you can do with your team or even on your own. Those little things that you can do for yourself to better yourself as a player are going to help out the team. Even with a field layout, you can still do drills on there, especially when you figure out this is a really important bunker to get to. How do we stop someone from getting there? Okay, have one of your better players try to get into that bunker. Put people in situations that, how do we stop that person from doing that? Or, okay, let's put ourselves in a bad situation on this field and figure out how do we get out of it. Because if you already know, oh, wait, I can just move to this bunker, this guy switches his gun this way, we do this, and we fix the problem. When it comes tournament time, you don't have to think about that. You already know, okay, if A happens, this is what you have to do. If B happens, this is what I need to do. If C happens, this is what I need to do. Once you've been able to have all of those drills down, you can make those adjustments on the fly and not have to think about, oh man, I hope my shot's good, because you've already practiced it. So when you're looking at your team, if all you're doing is playing points, you're doing practice wrong. You need to have, maybe start out with drills and then go into points, or do points and then end off with drills. You need to make sure that you're incorporating those drills so that way you guys are more cohesive as a unit and a team, but also you're just more deadly as players individually, so that when it comes down to it, even your worst player is still better than all the other players that you're playing against. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Yeah, put down in the comments down below, what are some of your favorite drills? What are the things that you guys like to do as a team? And do you agree or disagree? It's okay if you disagree with me, put it down in the comments down below. So be on the lookout too. I know I announced already that we're doing a partnership with Game Tailored. Game Taylor does some really sick headbands, all of that. So we're working on some cool stuff with that, guys, so make sure that you keep an eye out for that. And I am trying to expand this channel even more. So make sure that you click like and subscribe. Click the bell button so that way you can be notified of all the new things that are gonna be coming out this year, especially during the summer when I can put a whole bunch more time into it. But yeah, so really building this community, and I guess I'll see you guys in the future. But as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.